Good morning, everyone. If you watched my last video, you saw where I bought a bunch of things at Dollar Tree for a um, Dollar Tree Junk Journal challenge that Paper Terrace was hosting. I think most people have already finished with it by now, but that's okay. We're just going to keep going. I'm very slow when it comes to this kind of stuff, and it is so hot here in Texas. It's so hard for me to get out here into my craft room and actually do anything without sweating like crazy. But I actually have today off, so I'm out here early in the morning. Well, kind of early in the morning, and I want to go through some things that I'm doing to prep for actually making the journal. I'm going to make some alcohol inks. We're going to see how those work, and I'm going to prep my DIY grunge tape. Some people call it boo-boo tape. Tim Holtz makes some. You can buy different digital kits and print them out on transparency papers or transparency stickers. I'm just going to try to make some with regular tape because I made some a really long time ago. I watched a video by Nick the Booksmith before all of this became really popular, and I made some back then, and I have it right here somewhere, but I can't find it, so we're going to make some more. We're going to try a couple of little experiments, so let's just get into it. So what you're going to need is something to create your ink in. I'm going to use these are Dollar Tree. I'm trying to use as much Dollar Tree stuff as I can to do this, because hey, it's a Dollar Tree challenge. So I'm going to make the inks in this, and then I am going to transfer it over into these dropper bottles. You can also put them into spray bottles. I did buy these at Dollar Tree, but I don't think they sell them anymore. I haven't seen them in a really long time. They still sell these. You can put them in spray bottle. I think for what I'm going to do, I would rather have them in the dropper bottles. And we are going to use these. And I also might make some metallic ones. I don't know. We'll see. Since I did my haul, I bought a couple other things. I went back and I got more of these. I had a hard time finding them. The store that I originally got them at sold out. I had to find them at a different store. That's the thing about Dollar Tree. They run out of stuff and they may not get it back for a while. You just have to kind of hunt around for it, but I was lucky to find them. The reason I got some more of these is because I want to show you what happens when you dye them. And I had them here, right here, just a minute ago. Oh, here they are. These, they have a coating on them. And when you coffee or tea dye them and you lay them on top of each other when they're still wet, they will stick together and they will rip. So I thought they were more like doily material, but they're not. They're like kind of, like I said, they have some kind of coating on them, and they will stick together if you do them wet. So I'm going to tea dye some more and make sure that I don't stick them together like this. Because I really like this. I like the way they look, and they're a lot sturdier than doilies. I did do some doilies. I have most of my tea dyeing done already. So my next video will probably be actually getting into what I'm going to make with all this stuff. But let's do some, make some alcohol inks. So what you're going to need, like I said, is something to put them in. You're going to need your markers. Ideally, if you're going to make this to use over and over again, Sharpie markers are better. They're a little bit more expensive, but you're not going to get the quality of ink out of these that you would out of Sharpie markers, and the Sharpie marker ones are not going to be the quality of ink that you're going to get if you buy something like this. I bought a whole set of these, so they were kind of cost effective, but if you buy them single, they're not super expensive and you catch them on sale all the time. The thing is, you're not going to use a whole lot of this. It's very, very, very concentrated. And that's the reason it's worth the money that you spend for it, because you're only going to use a little bit at a time. You don't need the whole set of colors unless you're really going to be doing a lot of alcohol ink craft. This is going to last you for a long, long time. So it really is worth the money. But we want to make some DIY stuff. Now, once upon a time, I decided I wanted to do tie-dye. So I bought some pigment dyes, the powdered kind that you use for tie-dyeing, where you mix your own dyes up, or you can actually do what's called ice dyeing, where you put ice on your t-shirt and then you put the powdered dyes on top of it and let it melt. It's really cool. I've never got around to doing it. I recently learned a new term online. It's called hobby hoe, and that's kind of what I am. I'm a hobby hoe and a supply hoarder. So I jump from hobby to hobby to hobby, and I never actually make anything. So this really, this set of videos is me trying to correct that and actually make some stuff. But all that to say, I made my own alcohol inks with these, and I have yet to try them out. So I'm going to try out some of them today too. This is what it looks like when you buy it, and it's very fine powder, and it mixes really well. I used hot water to mix mine. You can see that. Kind of hard to see, but this is chocolate brown, which is turned out like this. So I made several different shades of brown, and I'm going to use them on my tape. You also need some yellow and maybe some orange too. So I'm going to try doing I'm going to do yellow, orange, and brown, and maybe some brown and black, because I got 2 of these. And in rewatching the Nick the Booksmith video where she did it, she reminded me you can add yellow, blue, and red and get brown, all the primary colors. So I may try that just to see how it turns out. So anyway, I am going to get prepped and I will be back. Third time's the charm. So I tried to film this part of the video twice before. The first time I tried to film it, well, I did film it, and it had no audio. I don't know. I keep messing up my audio. So the second time I tried to do it, I ran out of space on my phone. So now here I am. This is the third time, and I'm going to correct a couple of mistakes I made on the first one. So what you're going to need is your pens, your ink, whether you're using Sharpie markers or these kind of markers from Dollartree. I'm trying to go all Dollartree as much as I can on doing this. You're going to need something to put the ink part in and to let it set, marinate, steep, and then we're going to decant it to these. These are from Dollartree. I think I said that in the first part if I didn't. As you can see, I have already done some. I did the orange, the yellow, and the brown. So I'm going to repeat the process and show you exactly how I did it, but I'm going to try to do the yellow, blue, red combo and see if that gives me brown. So what you're going to need scissors, not your good scissors. You're going to need, because you're going to get ink on them, you're going to need something sharp to cut with. So I have a little generic X-Acto knife that I got from Dollar Tree. I don't know if they still sell them. Some Dollar Trees are not very well stocked on their craft, and then others are. So you're just going to have to shop around and see if you can find one if you want one of these. They had them for a long time. Every time I went in there, they had them. I don't recall seeing them the last time I was in there, but I wasn't looking for them, so they might have been there. So, and you're going to need a pair of pliers. Needle nose or regular pliers, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to take my lids off. And I think I'm just going to make one this time, but you will see the process. So put down, I've got a piece of parchment paper down to protect my mat, even though my mat is pretty nasty, but still. So what you do is you take the lid off, you take your pliers, and you pull the tip out. And it comes out really, really easy. And put it in your little container. Then you're going to take and pull this top part off. The black part comes out fairly easy. This is where your ink is. Set that to the side. Take your knife and split it. I don't know how well you can see that, but you can see the inside's a different color. And then take your scissors and just chop it up in lengths that will fit in your container and make it easy for you to cover them up. 2 or 3 or 4 pieces. Okay, there's our blue. You do our primary colors to make brown according to color theory. We will see how brown it turns out. If you're going to be making this because you use a lot of alcohol ink, or you think you're going to use a lot of alcohol ink, Sharpie markers would really be better. They give you a much more vibrant and deeper color. And then still, if you're really going to do a lot of alcohol ink crafts, invest in this. It's worth it. And my scissors. Here we go. And our red. This is, yeah, that's the red. Okay. It looks kind of orangey, but we'll see. And I save all of these little things. There's actually a different craft, like I said, craft hoe, that you use all different kinds of things to call what's called kit bashing, which is basically you take a toy and you add a bunch of extra stuff to it and you make something new out of it. Usually it's dystopian stuff, sci-fi stuff. Think of Howl's Moving Castle, if you know what that is. Those kind of things. And I always say I'm going to try it, but I haven't tried it yet. It's just one of those things that I think looked interesting and I want to try. We have alcohol here. I don't know if I said this in the first part, but this is Walmart alcohol. It is 91%. You can get 70% at Dollartree. 91% is better, but 70% will work also. It just depends on, I'm not sure exactly what makes it better. That's for all you scientists out there to figure out. But I already had this. I wasn't going to buy more alcohol. It was cheap when I bought it back 2 or 3 years ago, but now it's not. So I'm covering this up just enough to make sure everything is saturated and covered up. And here we go. We're going to give it a shake. And it does look kind of brown. We'll see. Might turn out, I don't know. We're going to let it set. We're going to let most of these set to the rest of the day because it's really, really hot here. And I don't want to be out here any longer than I have to. The next part of the video is going to be me setting up getting my tape and actually using some of this on the tape. So I don't know if I said it in the first part of the video, but I used tie-dye, fiber dye, but I'm going to repeat it again. And if it is in the first part of the video, then I will cut it out. But wrong flavor. So I did this. This is just alcohol. I dissolved this is a powder. I dissolved it in a little bit of hot water and then added it to alcohol. So we're going to see if that works too. I will do some tape with it. Let's see. It looks pretty dark. It also looks a little like it may have a little bit of granular in it. We'll see. I'll show you more later. I'm going to get my tape set up on my paper. Now, you're going to have to put your tape on something that you can peel it back off of. So I'm going to try 3 different kinds of paper. The first one is freezer paper. You cannot get freezer paper at Dollar Tree. The second one is parchment paper. You can get parchment paper. This is actually, hang on, the back of this, which you can get at Dollar Tree. I peeled this off and made a prototype cover using a cracker box and this, just so I could have that back sheet. You can buy this kind of paper from Amazon. It's a little bit expensive. I would not recommend it if you're just doing this for fun. If you're doing it to really stock up on it, so because you're going to use a lot of it, maybe, but you could still, I think the freezer paper is going to work. It's pretty much the same. It looks the same. That's the parchment paper. I don't know what I did with my freezer paper, but yeah. Oh, here it is. Freezer paper. It feels the same. It might be a little slicker. I don't know. We're going to find out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all my tape on here and get it ready to dab it. So you're just going to take your tape and put it on here, sticky side down, because the ink's going to go on the other side, the dry side. And then you have to let it set and dry, and you have to do a few little things with it to finagle with it, and we'll get all into that into the next part. So I may call it a day today and make a second video showing all of that, because I've got a mess here I've got to clean up, and this is going to be kind of a long video anyway. So yeah, I think I'm going to end it here, and I will see you all in the next video. I hope you come back and find out what my weird science experiment has concocted and see if it's worth doing. And plus I have a few other things to show you. All right, till next time, thanks for watching.